I'm going to talk a little bit about CCB, which is our church management software. In terms of Waumba, the map is already there. In terms of Waumba, it's super helpful. Number one, if you have a lesson plan that's uploaded, it'll be uploaded to this CCB website. If you are looking for a sub or looking for your schedule, you can find all of that through here. So I'm really excited about it, and any time you ever have any questions about it, you can feel free to ask me because I love it more than so much above church management software. So I have a how-to list here that we're just going to walk through some of the frequently asked questions that we get. And the first thing is, how do I log in or where do I find it? And we have that through our website. So what Steph in the back is going to do is she's going to go up to the Contacts tab in the upper right corner. And when you go to that Contact tab, you're going to see Online Community Login. And there's also a direct website you can, bookmark or make it your homepage if you're really into it like I am. But if not, I'm going to have Steph fill in my info. And before you, I'm sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit, but there is a spot there. Oh, interesting. It's not what we like to see. Is that? Yeah. Let's see here. So she'll log in with my info, and you can kind of see what it looks like. Try a capital S and then a lowercase rest of the stuff. You'll see right below that on both of them it says forgot password. If you ever forget your password, there's this little thing there that which is number 2 on our sheet. That it'll send it to your email. So hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. The email that it's going to send it to is the one that you've given us. So whether it's your ISU or your Gmail or whatever like that. That's the one that it's going to send it to.
Just for you guys that, if you've never logged in before, usually your username, if you can't remember, is your email address. My request to you, please give an email that you check regularly, because this will be where your reminder gets sent for when you're scheduled to volunteer. You'll get a weekly reminder, and if it's an email you don't check, you won't get that reminder, and it's a little bit of a problem. So please give that, and then your username or your password. Obviously, if you have questions, you can go to the forgot password. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So are there any questions about finding that page and logging in? I think hopefully it won't be as difficult as it was for me there. I must have given her the wrong password or something. I'm sorry, Steph. So this is what you're going to see. This is your home page. Some of the things that we're going to just walk through are how to update your profile, which in the upper right-hand corner you see Sarah has a picture of her profile. We love it when you have a picture. As we start to get 150 Waumba volunteers, it's very good for us to see who we are. I actually counted this morning. We have 75 people serving this morning on a Sunday morning, so it's so awesome and it's super helpful to get to know the names and the faces. So number 3 on this sheet, that gray box, updating your profile, your password, and your picture. So how you do that is you're going to go to the upper right-hand corner where it says, go to my profile. And I recommend that's the first thing you do once you log in there is to go there, reset your password to be your puppy's name or whatever. It's easy to remember. Add a picture. Can you go to that step? Go to my profile. So over to the right is where you can edit your profile and change your username and password. So like I said, if you want to do a different email or something like that. No one else will see this stuff. Only the Harvest Vineyard staff have the privileges to see your information. Only you and the staff can see this. So you don't have to worry about this. It's kind of like a Facebook type thing, to where other people can only see what you allow them to see. It's kind of like an avenue to communicate, kind of like Facebook. So that's how you can revise your stuff over there. Any questions about that so far? No, logging in, revising your stuff. Okay, Steph, can you go back to the home page, please? The tab at the top. You'll see these tabs up here are kind of the ones that you're gonna most often see. Is I don't know if you can see it with the glare or not, but the really important thing that we use a lot in Waumba is finding a sub and finding swapping dates. So what you want to do for that is over on the right here, you'll see my groups, and if you're you'll find your 4-year-old group or Waumba group, or if you're in worship team, Sarah, of course, has lots of them because she does curriculum for all those. So what you'll do to find a sub is you'll go into a group. So Steph, if you just want to pick any group there, let's say that Sarah wants to find a sub for one of them. So she wants to find a sub for the 5K room. And how you do that is over on the right-hand side, there's a little, under the actions bar, if you could point to where it says send a message. And you can click on that. Now that message is going to go to everyone in that group, and it's going to go through CCB into their inbox, kind of like I said, like Facebook. And we try to just say, write as much detail as you can. For someone who's in like 7 different groups, it's very helpful to say, I'm emailing about the 5K classroom for Sunday, October 14th. I'm scheduled for 10 a.m. You know, is there anyone who can swap with me? You know, Steph Gordon, StephG@yahoo.com. If you've ever done this before, you may received a message, you're like, I try to reply back to them and it won't let me reply. And that's where, when you're sending out a message, one thing that I haven't really communicated before is there's a little box here that says expose my email and allow people to respond directly to me. So I would always suggest checking that box off, because that allows them to respond right back to you as opposed to commenting on the group, and you get the whole chain of, you know, reply. So again, that's going to go into their inboxes. It's helpful because, you know, if you're looking for a sub and you're in Eric's group, you know, you don't need to have 17 emails of all the people that are serving Eric's room. You can just go and press send a message there. And if you are looking to maybe get in touch with just a couple people individually, you know, 3 people that you want to just email individually, if you can exit out of that step, there's a little thing that says view the participants, and if you want to click on view, right here is where you can then send an email. You know, I can send one just to Shannon or just to Kayla, and again, it's going to go through CCB, so you have contact with them without having to keep up with everyone's email addresses. Any questions about how to send a message and find a sub? So then when you do that, it's always important to let your room leader or your coordinator or me, anyone know, preferably the room leader, you think?
Yeah.
That, hey, you know, Joanna and Jenny have switched, so you can update that on the schedule. So that's really helpful. The next thing I just want to show you is when you go back to group please stuff, it's going to show how to view lesson plans, which is number 5. And I don't know, does everyone have a lesson plan, or is that just
2 years old enough?
2 years old enough. Okay. So if you can maybe go to, instead of a time on it, 3rd and 4th grade classroom volunteers, something like that. I'm going to show you how you can access your lesson plan, because you know you definitely want to take a look at that before Sunday and get to know it. And that's going to be in this group page under Files. So there we go. Lesson plans uploaded by Kenya, wonderful room leader. So that's where you access your lesson plans and download those to your computer, which, as we said, is helpful to view before Sunday and be super prepped. So, and then the last thing is, Steph, I'm going to just have you go back to that home page. We got some reviews that the all-volunteer schedule was kind of confusing because the all-volunteer schedule is on this part of the website and CCB is on this part of the website. So on our homepage, you see big, bright things that say, how do I find my groups? How do I edit my profile? All caps. Click here to view the all-volunteer schedule. So that'll, you can either right-click it and open up in a new tab, or just go right to it, and it's going to bring you to the wonderful, color-coordinated all-volunteer schedule that will be, you know, made at the beginning of each quarter. So probably a little smaller in your browser, but it's part of the deal with this one. So hopefully that's kind of everything you guys need. If you ever have any questions about this stuff, I'm our administrator for this, so I can help you find anything. Otherwise, you know, your room leaders might know, but it might be quicker. You can just always email me. Are there any questions about operating this at all? It's kind of tough at first. Once you get into it, you know, it's like Facebook for Christians.
The only thing that I would add is on the group, when you look at when you're in a group and when you do the view participants, so I'm gonna, just pick a group. And then when you view the participants, if it's a last minute thing and you haven't heard from people, when you go down to the schedule, let's say you look at the schedule and say, I could switch with Allison, but she hasn't gotten back to me and maybe I could just check with her. If you just take the arrow there, you can see that there's a phone number there, or you can send her an email. Last minute, if it's nothing else to do, call them. Because it's really easy when you send a message to the group to think, oh, well, Darren's going to take care of it. I don't have to worry about it. And I mean, if you guys help each other out, it really helps. Because then you're like, oh, well, Darren subbed for me, so yeah, I'm willing to sub for him. But if you just are like, oh, somebody else will take care of it, we really need the help, guys. There's, like I said, there's always kids here. So if you help each other out, it helps yourself and us. So please do that. Thank you.
Cool, thanks.
Yay.
You can keep these, put them on your fridge.